But listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Miss Pugh, don't speak over me. Miss Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen, Miss Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me.
Where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
You can go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
All right, guys. Today we've got a strict judge going head-to-head with a self-proclaimed sovereign citizen who clearly believes she's cracked the legal system. She walks into court armed with nothing but a tiny piece of paper filled with the usual sovereign citizen talking points, as if reciting a script is going to override the law. It's obvious she thinks she can drop a few so-called legal arguments and walk right back out untouched. But reality is about to hit hard. This one is shaping up to be intense, so let me know in the comments what you think of her approach. And let's dive in and see how this hearing really plays out.
Are you Janetta Pugh?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the what?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the beneficiary of what estate? Answer my questions, please, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand. Okay.
For the record, I recognize Ms. Pugh. She's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in the state bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right, so Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest.
Okay, so if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself, or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you, or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it, and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Okay. Your Honor, respectfully, Your Honor, there were writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus, and it's denied.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claim and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel defective defense.
It's overruled.
Okay.
You're running out, aren't you?
No, it's fine.
No, this isn't working. She's making a complete fool of herself right now, and honestly, it's hard not to enjoy watching it. Judge Oakley, meanwhile, is sitting there with perfect patience, letting her ramble through her sovereign citizen's script until she runs out of steam. It's almost comical. These people always act like they've unlocked some secret legal loophole, when in reality, the law doesn't bend to a few magic words. Saying, "I don't consent," doesn't make charges vanish, and jurisdiction still applies. I'm honestly a little surprised she can even read. Let's be real, that's rare in this community. But on a serious note, how did she even get this far? She seems polite and even addresses the judge respectfully. Yet it's clear she's completely lost, grasping at straws. I'm curious what you guys think. How does someone end up this deep down a rabbit hole? It's one thing to entertain the idea of being a sovereign citizen, but actually acting it out in court is another level. This hearing isn't over yet, so let's dive back in and see what happens next.
So here's the thing, Ms. Pugh. I appreciate your position, but listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Ms. Pugh, don't
with my
speak over me.
incarceration- Respectfully, Your Honor, with my incarceration being
Ms.
involved-
Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on, listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled. And here's one of the reasons why, is because you have a lawyer. And your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff.
I do not agree or comply to your appointed
Go back.
agents.
You already said that, and that's overruled.
Duty is to the state.
Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. But hold on, this isn't over yet. This same sovereign citizen actually comes back for another hearing, and don't worry. I've got that one lined up for you too. At this point, though, Judge Oakley deserves an award for patience. Dealing with someone like this is basically like arguing with a brick wall, except the brick wall thinks it knows constitutional law. Big props to the judge for staying calm, trying to make sense of all this nonsense. She's firm, occasionally snappy, but remarkably patient, and honestly, it's impressive to watch. I want to hear what you guys think. How's the judge handling this so far? Personally, I think she's doing an excellent job. Let's dive into the next hearing and see if things get even more intense.
So, Ms. Pugh, Mr. Jeffries has been appointed to represent you. He's trying to get caught up real quickly on all the information and the discovery in your case. I'm going to reset your case so that he can get all of that. Once he gets it, he'll be out there to go over it with you, and we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree to comply with any of the appointed court agents, considering that their first duty is to the state.
I understand. We've had this conversation before.
Confidential. And for your record, I'll be representing myself.
So if you want to represent yourself, there's some things. Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me. If you want to represent yourself, then there is a process that we have to go through, and we'll do that today. If that's what you want to do, we'll get your case set for trial and we'll go forward that way. It is highly inadvisable for you to represent yourself. Lawyers have many, many years of training. They understand the law. They understand how a trial works, because here's what happens. When you're in a trial and you represent yourself, you're expected to know and follow all of the rules of evidence, all the rules of procedure. And so you're really at a disadvantage if you don't know those things. And so you have to do everything just like the assistant district attorney would. And if you don't, you're going to be in front of a jury, and it's going to show, and it's just not going to be, it usually does not work out in your benefit. But I have to go through with you some questions first before we do that. And then if you still want to do that, then there's a couple of things couple of options, and we'll go over those as well. Okay. So I am supposed to ask you, I'm going to go through these questions. I need you to answer them if you want to represent yourself, because this is required. All right. So have you ever studied the law? Okay. Have you ever represented yourself before in any kind of criminal matter? Okay. Do you understand the charges against you?
I know I'm being accused of.
Okay. And so do you know, and we've gone over before, I think, what the range of punishment is if you're found guilty on a jury? Do you know what that is? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me pull you up here. We'll go over that again as well. The date of that allegations from June 22nd of 2021. And what that means is if you're found guilty, that the range of punishment that the jury could give you is between 2 years as a minimum punishment up to 10 years in prison, anywhere in between. Do you understand? And you answer out loud just for the record.
Do I understand? No, I don't understand.
What do you not understand about that?
I swear, I was predicting her to say exactly that. Believe it or not, these sovereign citizens are starting to infiltrate my brain. I'm losing a few brain cells each day breaking them down. They're just so insufferable and, honestly, ignorant. It's kind of sad because some of them probably struggle with mental health, but it's not just that. They're also wasting public resources and time. Courts and law enforcement only have so much capacity, and these antics strain the system. On another note, I'm surprised this lady didn't bring her little script from the first clip. Maybe her time under county jurisdiction taught her to memorize it. Either way, if she decides to represent herself, she could be looking at 8 to 10 years behind bars. Let's dive back in and see if she actually wants to defend herself, because if she does, it's not going to end well.
I don't understand, Your Honor.
So here's the thing. If you want to represent yourself, by law, you have to be able to understand these things. Otherwise, I've got to appoint an attorney for you. So you can't just say, I want to represent myself because I don't like the attorney or I don't like the process. This is the process that you're in. You live in Texas, you live in the United States. This is the law that applies to your case. So what do you not understand about the range of punishment if you're found guilty? And I'd be glad to explain it.
I don't understand because I haven't did anything wrong.
That's what a jury's for, right? And so if you say you're not guilty, then you go in front of a jury and they determine after they listen to the evidence if you're guilty or not. That doesn't have anything to do with if they find you guilty, you understanding that they could send you to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand that part? What are you, yes or no? No, you don't understand that. So, Ms. Pugh, it's my understanding, I'm not going to allow you to represent yourself because you don't understand the law and the process. So we're on question number 4 out of 15 that I'm supposed to ask you. So Mr. Jeffries is going to stay on your case. I don't care what you want at this point. You can't do it. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. I'm done. Go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Welcome to the criminal appointment list.
Yeah, fun, Judge.
This was not meant to be any kind of punishment, I promise. So Mr. Jeffries, just get ready like you would. Probably it's going to go straight onto a jury, and we'll just get it figured out that way.
Honestly, I think this judge deserves a perfect 10 out of 10. She did everything she could to give this sovereign citizen a fair hearing, all while patiently enduring nonsense before finally putting an end to it. The patience she showed was impressive. I probably would have lost it within 10 minutes, but she stayed composed the entire time. At the same time, it's kind of sad watching people go through this, knowing the outcome was inevitable. And I have to apologize to anyone who feels like they lost a few brain cells watching this. Seeing these sovereign citizens try to make sense of anything is both cringy and oddly entertaining. Watching them squirm in front of the judge is like witnessing someone try to dance their way out of a corner with zero rhythm. It's a total fail. Let me know in the comments what you think about how the judge handled this one. If you enjoyed the video, a like and subscribe would mean a lot. I post new content every single day, so stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching, and take care, everyone.